All right. What do you got back? Final week of the regular season, week 17. Sam, how you doing, dude?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous about week 17. There's so much that's up in the air, but I'm excited.
Yeah. We're also just a quick note. Last week's episode, I was rushing a bit and was not able to edit it without announcing the fact it was not going to be edited. I will tell you right now, we are without Statman Cam because we are currently recording on the last day of 2020. Actually, in fact, it's 2021 in Australia right now. Looking at
Congrats
the
to the
time, so
Aussies.
we made
Is
it.
that,
We
is
made
that
it.
is
Um,
it actually already 2021 for them?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Congrats to the Kangaroos.
Yeah, that's right. Down under. So I'm letting you know right now, though, that the minute this episode I hit stop recording, and it's uploaded to YouTube, I'm leaving for the new year. So this will also be an unedited episode.
You're,
But we,
where are you going?
I'm going to my girlfriend's house. We're just having a nice little get together at her place. We're gonna do some apps, do some cocktails. I got a
She has
nice
the same
bottle.
name as me.
I got a nice bottle. Yeah, she does. Well, is it though?
Pronounced differently, but it's the same three letters.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sam slash Sam in my life. There's
Yeah.
a lot of SAM in my life.
Don't slip up tonight.
No, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that happens. That happens, dude. It happens sometimes. Yeah, I got a nice bottle of champagne that we're gonna pop at 12 on the
Wow.
dime. So yeah, it'll be a nice time. Are you doing anything for the new year?
I no, I'm up in Mass, so I'm at my parents' place until the 3rd. I'm probably going to be in bed by 10 p.m. I've been getting into a little bit of chess recently. Been playing a lot of chess, so I might just dabble on my phone and play the app. But that sounds like a great 2020 New Year if you're or 2021 New Year if you're asking me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. It's not.
All right. Yeah. So last weekend, jumping into last week's games, we had winning records all around here on What Do You Got? In fact, so much so that we now overall, everybody on the show has overall winning record for the season, which is
Yes.
good to know. So I went 4-2 last week, which brings my running total to 21-20, I believe.
Yeah. I went 3-1, which brings my total to 20-18. That is plus zero point 0.2 units, zero point 0.2 units for everyone at home. I also want to mention we did right by our listeners and we each donated to charity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm still waiting a little bit for mine to go through, but I did donate. The donation is in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Barstool Fund really kind of making its rounds.
Yeah. Barstool Fund making a quick 150 off of this show. I did overall, I just want to say I did overall have a losing week. But because my picks on the show had to show some love. And I'm gonna go another lane. I think I'm addicted to charity. So if I have another winning week here, I'm going to donate again to charity. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to make that statement right now that I'm going to do that because it felt so good.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about like saying the same thing before we started recording. I was like, do I just like double down and pretty much just like use any winning week as like
Yeah,
an excuse to give to charity? And I think that's the right thing to do.
I agree for
If you
charity.
win, everybody else should win too. I think that's the mentality that the Barstool Fund has going for it right now, kind of, where we just want to help one another. So when you're flush, when you're in the money, why not share it with people who could use it, who are in the
Exactly.
money right
So I think week 17 is always a tough one, but hopefully we come out on the winning side and more charitable givings.
Yep. I'll do another 20%. I'll do
Yeah.
another 20% on my
And
winnings.
yeah, same. Why not? Who
Yeah.
says no? Not me.
Yeah, not me. So because of how well we both did last week, we do in fact have a sponsor this week. And it's very fitting for us to have this sponsor since we are recording on the last day of 2020. You want to go into the new year. Everyone does. Everyone goes into the new year with the idea of getting better, changing yourself, changing your attitude on life, wanting to just improve in all aspects. And what better way to do that than with a new fitness program? Tribe Fitness is our sponsor this week. They sell bands. I went onto their website this morning. Booty bands. Booty bands.
BB.
Right on their homepage, it says booty bands. How can you not get behind a booty band?
Yeah, I would just like to comment. They did send me. I don't want to open the bag. It's a lot of bands that would be flying around. But they did send me a bag of their workout bands. They've been incredible. You can pretty much work out any body part you'd like on them, including your booty. So I think it's just overall a great product. I'd highly recommend. Go to whatdoyougot.com/tribe fitness to get
Yeah.
20% off your next order.
New year, new me.
Yeah.
New year, new me.
Same.
All right. So moving into the slate of the games this week for the final week of the regular season, week 17. Some trash games, some games with trash teams or trash rosters starting, but also a lot of playoff implications as well. We start out in Cleveland. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Browns. The line currently is set at +9 for the Steelers on the road. Sam, what do you got?
Yeah, weirdly enough, this line actually just disappeared for me on.
Yeah, that's why I said I was about to open with the open, but there is no open. Like it's just kind of in the abyss right now.
Yeah, and I think that's because Mason Rudolph is starting. I don't know if Pittsburgh is benching any defenders either. So I'm going to come out and make a statement right now before I dive into this game. Week 17, absolute shit show. I could not base any of my picks on line movement because I don't know if people are just suddenly being benched or whatever, and the line might move because Vegas knows before the rest of the public does, just because they have that ability to do that. So it's going to be another football knowledge-based week for me, which kind of worked last time. And before I, jump in again, I also want to mention last time Cam was on the show, I did go 10-0. So just putting it out there, that could be a good week for me again. So I'm taking the Browns. Mason Rudolph said some things last time. Myles Garrett didn't like that. The Browns need this win to get in the playoffs after a bad showing against the Jets. Hopefully they have their wide receivers back. If they do, I don't expect, the Steelers to really put up a fight. The Steelers have nothing at all to play for. They've wrapped up the division. No chance of being caught. I like the Browns -9.
Yeah, it looks like I was just doing some research to see if there's any update on what wide receivers the Browns are going to be able to get back as of right now. And it does look like Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Kadarius Hodge are all on track to return for practice tomorrow. So they should be good to go. Or sorry, today it looks like.
Wow. On the last day of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that this is a must-win for the Browns. Win and you're in. And I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I knew that we were going to get into this at the beginning of the show with our various. We don't know exactly what happens with the playoff pictures, and I forgot to add that disclaimer in the intro. But isn't this a game where if the Browns win, then the way the seeding falls, they are going to play the Steelers next week?
Maybe
in a playoff game. I think that is the case. I think if they win,
I know if the Browns win, they're in.
Yeah, but I think they're going to play the Steelers again. I think it's that's how the seeding will fall. I could be wrong on that, but if that is the case, the Steelers want to see their playbook, right?
So I don't know about that because the Bills are currently the 2 seed. And the Browns are currently the 7. So if the Ravens and Dolphins win, I think the Browns would play the Bills.
Okay. All right. Well, there is a chance, regardless of the seeding, that the Steelers and the Browns will have to meet yet again in the playoffs. A chance.
They're in the same division. They already know each other's playbooks.
Yeah, that's true. To a point. I do think that teams that are already locked in where they are do like to get as much tape as they can. And I think the Browns are going to kind of ball out. They kind of have to, and to get themselves set and geared up for any potential playoff run. So not only do they have to win, but I think they have to win big. So I'm going to also go with you here, Browns -9.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got ourselves another playoff implication game. This one pretty big, honestly, for the NFC East. We have the Cowboys, the hot, do I say Cowboys? In the Giants' home turf. Currently, the line opened at Giants -3.5. The line has since moved down to being 1.5 point favorites in favor of the Cowboys. In some places on FanDuel, it looks like you can get Giants +2.5. Looks like 67% of the bets are coming in on the Cowboys. Not sure about the money, but I'm sure you'll tell me about it.
Yeah, along with the 67% of the bets, 84% of the money is on the Cowboys. So everyone seems to be riding the Cowboys. That is probably why the line moved by 5.5 points. I will say Dallas looks great. The Giants look bad, like bad. But like everyone is on the Cowboys.
Football brain, it worked out for you.
I know, but everyone is on the Cowboys. And this is one of those games where like both teams are going full force, so line movement does make sense to base a pick off of. That being said, because this is a football brain week and not a line movement week, I think I'll go Cowboys, but I'm not happy about it.
What happened the last time these two teams played? Let me look this up. The Cowboys won at home 37-34, but that's also back in the beginning of October when the Giants were much more
Wasn't that the
aggressive.
Dak got hurt game?
I don't think so.
No, they
That was
lost.
too early.
They lost the Dak got hurt game. It was week 4 they got hurt.
Oh, really?
Or 5, week 4 or 5 he got hurt.
Either way, Jason Garrett. Does he?
He's coaching this time. He's back from the Cove.
Does he mean anything to this game? Do you think?
I'm switching my pick to the Giants. I'm on the Giants +2.
I'm just trying to picture the Giants in the playoffs, and I can't.
Well, you can't because we'll get to it later. But
we'll get to it later. But that should show you how I'm leaning on what we're going to get to later.
I show you how I'm leaning on what we're going to get to later as well.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have to. Chances are I'm probably going to stay away from this game entirely. But to make a pick on the show, I think I'll go Cowboys. I think I'll go money line though. If the value right now is less than 3 points, I think you just eat the juice and go money line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? All right. Moving on to the Great North, we have the Green Bay Packers, the 1 seed.
Potentially, there's 3 teams tied at 11-4. So, I think I know how this works. If the Packers win, and the Seahawks lose, no matter what happens with the Saints, the Packers are the 1 seed. Okay. If the Packers, Saints, and Seahawks all win, the Saints are the 1 seed. The Seahawks, unless both the Packers and the Saints lose, that's the only way they can be the 1 seed.
Okay.
Playoffs.
All right. So potential 1 seed implications here for the Packers in Soldier Field. Am I right with that?
Sorry. The Packers are 12-3. Seahawks have no shot at the 1 seed.
Okay, so the Packers are the 1 seed.
No. But if the Packers lose and the Saints and Seahawks win, the Saints are the 1 seed.
Okay.
Still
potential 1 seed implications for.
Yeah, if the Packers lose, the Saints win, the Seahawks lose, then the Packers are the 1 seed.
Good Lord. All right. In Soldier Field against the rival Bears. Bears open at +5.5 point home dogs. And that line has not changed one bit, regardless of the betting percentage and money. Sam, tell me about it.
Yeah, so 74% of the bets are on the Packers. 75% of the money is on the Bears. So I think Vegas wants to keep people pounding the Packers on that one. So I kind of do like the Bears. I'll probably buy it up to +6. I hate it. I want to bet the Packers so badly, but because of this line movement in a game that actually has implications. Also, the Bears are playing for their playoff lives. If the Bears win, I think they're in.
I think the Rams have to lose, or
But I
the
think if the Cardinals lose, the
Cardinals
Cardinals and Rams play
lose.
each other.
Oh
Or
no, yeah, the Bears are Rams fans. I remember seeing that online this week. The Bears are Rams fans this weekend. If the Cardinals lose, the Bears are in.
but I think if the Rams lose and the Bears win, the Bears get in over the Rams.
That's possible too. But I think it's just if the Rams beat the
Hold
Cardinals.
on, I know this is gonna take a little bit, but let's do a little quick playoff machine.
Here,
Bears
do
win.
that while I talk about my thoughts on this game.
Yeah.
I love the line movement here. Like, and I'm not a line movement guy. So I will 100% be going with the Bears, regardless of the playoff picture that we get involved in here.
Yeah,
I
the Bears
think,
win, they're in.
okay.
Unless somehow no, it doesn't even matter if they tie. Yeah, the Bears win, they're in.
Okay.
If the Bears win and the Cardinals win, the Bears are the 6th seed. If the Bears win and the Rams win, the Bears are the 7th.
Okay. Who do the Saints play? This I knew we were going to get into this shit.
The Saints
They
play
play
the
the
Panthers.
Panthers. Mm, they're not winning that game. The Panthers aren't winning that game.
But anyway, to finish up my thoughts, yeah, I like the Bears +6. I think the Packers, even at 12-4, I don't know if the Seahawks care about their game that much. No. Wait, who are the Seahawks playing? Seahawks playing someone decent, the 49ers.
49ers.
I don't know why that game's not. Oh, here it is.
I think this game is probably going to end up being like at halftime, it's like 24-3 Packers, and the Packers just bench everybody. And then the Bears come back because they know they have to win. The Bears come back and they end up losing like 24-21. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love the points here, big time.
Yeah, I was gonna say based on the way the money's moving, I kind of would have dabbled with the under, but based on the way that my football brain is working, I kind of love the over. 65% of the money is on the over, or 65% of the bets is on the over, and 97% of the money is on the under. And the line still moved up from 49 to 51, so I think you could see some more potential line movement up there. So line movement, Sam would probably take the under, and actually. Let's check the weather in Chicago. Partly cloudy, 30 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour winds. I don't know. That's a pretty shitty field over there that they got. So maybe I'll dabble in the under.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the under. I did.
Both teams have been putting up a ton of points though, so this under doesn't make any sense to me. But sure, whatever.
Rivals.
Bears in the under. Yeah,
Defense,
Bears in the under.
defense plays better when it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, they know each other.
Yep. All right. Moving on, we have the Tennessee Titans. Before I jump into this game, by the way, what division is this again? The Titans and the Colts. That's the AFC South.
South.
Um,
Colts are kind of north.
They really. I believed in them last weekend. I took the Titans money line and I took the Colts money line because I said that in a tie situation for the division, they were not going to both lose that week. Well, guess what happened? They both lost.
Those were your only 2 losses.
The Colts, yes, they were. The Colts kind of like really pissed me off last weekend.
Why did they do that?
They were smoking.
Did you hear what happened?
What?
So I know you were tweeting about the at New Handle Joey Digest.
Yes.
I know you were tweeting about the refs liking the having the Steelers second half.
Yeah.
But it turns out that in the first half, the Colts were just calling out every single play that the Steelers were running, and they gave play calling duties to Big Ben in the second half. They took it away from the offensive coordinator and they gave Big Ben play calling duties, and they weren't able to stop him.
Wow. Credit to Big Ben.
Yeah, is he a future offensive coordinator?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, AFC South. I'm a little bit. Don't take my thoughts this weekend on AFC South teams too seriously because I'm a little bit pissed. Titans at Houston. Line opens at Houston being 4.5-point home dogs. The line has quickly moved up to 7.5-point home dogs. Sam, what do you got?
Yeah, Houston. So Houston's an interesting case because you'd think a 4-11 team that is positioned in the top five in draft picks would just lose this game, but Houston does not have their draft pick. So they really have nothing to lose here. They're kind of going to go all out. I think they want to do their best to keep a division rival out of the playoffs. I really do. I don't think they're necessarily going to win this game, but based on this game actually meaning something to the Titans, I'm again going to use somewhat of my money movement logic here. 65% of the bets are on the Titans, 59% of the money is on the Titans. I think that little off ratio by that 6% there does not really correlate with the 3-point jump. So I think I'm going to buy it up to 8 and take the Texans.
Okay. Did you see what JJ Watt said this week?
Yeah, that was fire.
Just came out and just like basically
I
called
know.
out the entire team for letting the fans down.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta win for the fans.
Now, do you think? So I guess there's two avenues that the team could react to with that. They could either be
Yeah.
like rally around it and like really put it to the Titans this weekend,
Like,
especially
fuck
with
you.
everything else involved in this game. Or you could go the avenue of like, all right, JJ, like, off, dude.
So I think in that locker room, JJ's like respected enough where they're like, all right, I don't think JJ would go out of his way to not tell that to the team first. I don't think he's like a public call out guy unless it needs to be done. And I think that's why maybe some people will rally around it. I think he's respected enough where people aren't going to be like, all right, fuck you, dude. Like, why wouldn't you handle your business in the locker room? I think he's shown the capabilities of being a strong leader in that locker room. I think hopefully, well, for my bet that they rally around that.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I
But
think.
the Titans are. I just want to make it known the Titans are way better than the Texans. Way better. Way
Oh,
better.
way better. Yeah, yes, I agree. I agree. And a lot of people, like after the game last weekend, snow game in Lambeau, were kind of talking about how the Titans are like super like fraudulent right now. And like I said to open this, I'm a little bit biased in being kind of pissed, but at the same time, I mean, it was a snow game. The Titans have never played. When's the last time any player on that team has played in snow?
Do you know the most memorable snow game that the Titans have ever played in?
No,
Uh, it,
it wasn't the Bills game a couple years ago, was it?
no, it was I mean, memorable for me. It was the AFC divisional game way back in the day when the Pats had Randy Moss and they won 59-0, and Tom Brady had 4 touchdowns in the second quarter, just in one quarter.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it goes to show: are the Tennessee Titans the worst snow team?
They might be. Should we check if it's going to snow in Houston in a dome?
Yeah. Can you give me the weather update there?
Yeah, the weather is going to be 73, sunny, and closed roof.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Titans. I mean, the Titans have to bounce back here. They have to. They have to. They literally have to. So I think I like the Titans line here. I kind of want to buy it down to 6.5 if you can. But I think the bigger bet for me here, with the idea of the JJ Watt line and potentially rallying his defense together a little bit, maybe they'll be able to stop the Titans a couple of drives and keep it close. So I'll say the under 55.5.
That I was looking at that. That is a high over under.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the Texans did just give up 37 points to the Bengals last week.
True. But with what we both agreed on, kind of the avenue of the JJ Watt quote, I don't know. Derrick Henry is going to have 3 touchdowns in this game.
He might have 4.
I think I have to put a prop on that.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Last week, FanDuel did or DraftKings, one of them did a boost on Kamara, 2 touchdowns, scored 2 touchdowns at like plus like some 350 or something. He scored them both in the first quarter.
Wow.
Scored 6 overall.
Yeah, you could have bet that at halftime again.
Yeah.
And still hit.
Doubled up.
All right. Moving on to our last game of the slate. This is a Sunday afternoon matchup. In LA, we have the Cardinals versus the Rams. The Rams open as a basically opens as a pick 'em. They are currently now sitting as a 3.5 point home dog. Sam, what do you got?
Yeah, this is a interesting game. If the Rams lose, they're not necessarily in bad shape because if Green Bay wins, the Rams are still in. The Rams are down to their backup QB. I had completely forgot about that when we were discussing this game pre-recording, and I was like, "Wow, I like the Rams +3 a lot at home." That being said, you reminded me of a backup QB playing, one of which I have never heard of until I looked him up. John Wilford or whatever the fuck his name is, Walford. Um, I don't think I can. The public is all over the Cardinals. The money is all over the Cardinals. I don't think, in good conscience, I could bet the Rams with a QB I've never heard anything about. Um, I, I mean, Cam Akers is beat up. Daryl Henderson is out. Like, it's not like the Rams even have a running game to rely on. Um, and the Arizona pass rush has been absurd the last few weeks. Hassan Reddick is now what he was supposed to be. And then they still have Chandler Jones, right? I mean, I haven't heard his name that often this season, but yeah, he's there. Yeah, so I guess Cardinals, congrats on the playoff berth.
Yeah, I'm on Pro Football Reference right now looking at John Wolfer, and the page is just blank. There's nothing there. It's just his picture.
How is he their backup QB? What happened to Blake Bortles?
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand how Blake Bortles doesn't have a job right now because there are so many teams that could use it. It's unbelievable. It's really. It's. I'm starting to wonder if Blake is like getting phone calls and just like ignoring them. Like,
You know what?
like
It just popped into my head. He should go to the Patriots.
I would. I would be for that. I love the NFL more when Blake Bortles is playing.
I agree.
So, yeah, this guy looks like such a dingus too. He looks like he should be like he's like a French painter.
He does with that mustache.
All right. Yeah, right. Or sorry, Cardinals. I can. There's no way that you can take the Rams this weekend. No way. And that's probably why you should take the Rams. But
Probably.
I have to take the Cardinals here. There's just no
Yeah,
way around it. And I kind of like the under. I like the under here because
sure.
the Rams defense is going to be their only chance at winning this game, and the Cardinals defense should have no problem stopping the Rams offense this week.
Yeah, but you might want to hedge that bet with a defensive touchdown being scored.
Sure. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, that's our slate for the week. We move on to Homer Hits. Sam, I'll let you start up because I have not really looked at the Sunday night game for myself yet.
Yeah, so first game is the Patriots at the Jets. The Jets at the Patriots. The Patriots are 3-point favorites. The Patriots, I know it's only TFFL related, but poor CJ. Blake Bortles or Josh Allen need to have 39.3 points for him to win. He had 39.5, so that's devastating. Lost by 0.11 there. And the Patriots allowed that to happen. So I don't think the Patriots defense is really keen on stopping anyone. I don't think the Patriots offense is really keen on scoring. But because of that, I'm going to take the Pats -3. I'll probably buy it down to 2.5. They can't lose to the Jets. They just can't. Bill Belichick won't let it happen.
The money scares me, but I think I love the Jets this week, which is crazy. I should never be saying that. That's
They
how
have
bad
the Jets have covered in their last two.
They have. They have.
Yeah.
I think that remember the conspiracy theory that I drew up the other week regarding what transpired after the Patriots Rams game and how that affected the Jets draft pick situation. I mean, you want to go you want to go even less, right? Like Bill, like
I mean, the Jets are locked. Yeah, I agree. I would like to lose the game. The Jets are locked into the two, so whether they win or lose, it doesn't really matter. But
where are the Patriots sitting right now? Where are the Patriots sitting?
let's look.
Would you say? They have to be maybe like between 8 and 10.
No, I think they're at like 15, but I think if they lose, they could be a top 10 pick because there's a whole bunch of teams at like 5 wins that all play each other, or like, and then the 6 win teams all play each other. And I think the Patriots, for some reason, have the tiebreaker versus everyone. Um, yeah, the Patriots are
BYU boy, what's his name? Zach Wilson.
Patriots are currently sitting at 13th. Um, but yeah, Washington has 6 wins. Dallas has 6 wins. If one of them lose, then that's a problem. If the Giants win, they jump up. Um, if the Chargers can pull a win, Broncos, Lions, there are a lot of teams at 5 wins.
I don't think Zach Wilson makes it down. That's the only quarterback that I could see you guys taking.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to take a QB that's not Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Not interested.
Well, then you're not going to get a QB then.
So, yeah, like Bortles.
Like Bortles. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Pat's -2.5.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. There's no team that Bill Belichick hates more than the Jets. He hates the Jets. Just hates them.
That's true, but that I would say then it would be more of like a fuck you to lose to them in a meaningless game and their draft position more.
Yeah, I know it would help the Patriots more, but Bill Belichick has this fire of a deep competitor, and he just won't let that happen. Just won't.
I think, yeah, okay. Well, we can spend. Whoa, that just jumps pretty big. It was the Jets and Patriots was just at a pick 'em for a second that I saw.
Oh no, mine's always been at 3.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, whatever. We watch this shit live, folks. Okay, moving on to a playoff implicating game for the NFC East with my Eagles, who are the only NFC East team out of the playoffs at the moment. Sunday night, it got flexed. Gross to Sunday Night Football.
why out of all the games is that the one that's flexed?
It's gross.
Like, why isn't?
Because the NFC East has the biggest market.
Yeah, but I was about to say, why isn't like Cowboys Giants? But I guess if the Washington football team won earlier than that,
it would be over, right? Yeah. So,
but like they started the season with Packers Bears. It would be cool if they did that again. They didn't start this season. They started like 2 seasons ago with Packers Bears.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for the Washington football team. The Eagles are at home, open as 4-point favorites, and quickly move down to being 1.5-point underdogs, home dogs. I see it at +2 in some spots. I think that the Eagles are going to they were completely deflated in this, particularly in the second half against the Cowboys. It was a sight to see. I'm a little concerned that my hype behind Jalen Hurts that lasted all of about 2 weeks, the Cowboys went into the locker room and were able to figure it out in 15 minutes. Figure out Jalen Hurts in 15 minutes. That was I'm a little concerned about that. I'm still going to give him this game. I don't even know if he's going to play. I don't know who's going to play. Is it Carson or Jalen?
I think it's Jalen.
I think it's Jalen too, but like for the sake of the argument, who's going to play?
That's your question for 2021.
I don't think you want, if you're a Washington football team fan, I don't think you want Carson Wentz to be playing in this game. So it's good news for you if Jalen Hurts comes in.
I would disagree with that statement. I think you'd absolutely want Carson Wentz to play. Carson Wentz stinks.
Who's the Washington football team quarterback this week? What's his name?
Guilford.
That's definitely not it. Yeah, touch note on that while Sam looks it up. Dwayne Haskins waivers dropped. He's out of here. That might be one of the crazier storylines of the year, in my opinion, is the just utter decline of hopeful
Taylor Heineke.
Heineke. Yeah, Heineke. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could really put in any average Joe behind center for the Washington football team. Almost said it again. Shame on me. And have him do decent against our secondary. Like, you kind of just have to be able to throw the ball up there right now because we're putting in people from the Planet Fitness on passing on Gav at cornerback right now and safety. It's like crazy. They're all terrible too. So I think that the Washington football team, if Taylor Heinicke is able to have an average game, this will be close. But I do think that the Eagles kind of, I don't know, they're so tough to read at times. I can't even believe that I'm saying this after last week, but I think they want to come out and they want to win this game. I really do think that. Like, there's nothing more Philadelphia than like just crushing. Even though all right, now I'm gonna go back on what I just said. I'm just going off on a fucking tangent here because this team is so terrible. Okay,
Yeah.
think about it like this: as an Eagles fan, talking to all of you out there, Eagles fans, would you rather see because we're already out? Would you rather crush the Washington football team's chances of being in the playoffs to allow the Giants or the Cowboys in? Or would you rather just suck it up, lose to the football team, allow them a chance to play postseason football and get potentially a better draft position? I think I want the latter because out of the three rivals we have in the NFC East, I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Giants and the Redskins, the football team. God damn it. I hate them too, but not nearly as much as the other two. So don't let them in. Just lose, suck it up, lose. I'll take the Washington football team money line here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You want Washington football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the that's confusing based on what we were discussing earlier, but whatever. I think the Eagles are in a top 6 draft pick, top 5 draft pick right now.
I think they're currently at like 7 or 8.
No, no, they're like right above the Falcons. I keep quitting out of this thing. I don't know why.
They're at 7 right now.
Okay, if you win, you go to like 10th, 11th. That's a big difference. Big difference. No, the Eagles are 5th.
5th? All right. Well, whatever I was looking at was not updated.
Yeah, so I think you can't win this game as an Eagles team. I think you have to throw in the towel. You give Jalen Hurts his shot. He goes against a very mean defense in the Washington football team. I'll tell you this. I think the Washington football team is a lot better when Dwayne Haskins is not their starting QB. Doesn't matter who else it is. It's just if Dwayne Haskins is not their QB, they do great. I think J.D. McKissick is kind of a stud in terms of a receiving back. That's going to help the young QB, backup QB that's playing. McLaurin is out, so that is a bummer for Washington, but I think their defense and their run game is strong enough to get it done. I know the Eagles have a great front seven, but they should have no interest in winning this game. So, yeah, Washington football team, my own. Why not?
Cool. All right. Mortal Locks time. As I said at the beginning of the show, records currently stand. I'll say this a couple of times since we're going to be doing an unedited pod. I am at 21-20 on the season. Sam, you are at 20-18. Yeah, 20-18. I don't have one lock ready yet, so that should tell you how prepared I am for this, and probably should fade every single one. So Sam, I'll let you start off here.
Yeah, I have 4 this week. 4. That was 8. 4. I'll start. I think 3 of them are games we didn't even talk about. But I'll start with what I've been doing the last 2 weeks. And I'll do it again for a 3rd week. The Chiefs have not covered in their last 7 games. I don't think they're playing anyone. And even if they were, I still am going to take the Chargers as a favorite. I'm going to buy it down to 3. I think it's 3.5 right now. I'm hoping by game day it drops down to 3 so I can buy it down to 2.5. But right now, Chargers -3 at the Chiefs. Yeah, I think the Chiefs have absolutely nothing to play for.
That's really low, but I understand why it's so low. Okay. I am going to go to a game we discussed earlier, Cardinals-Rams. Cardinals have to win. They have to win this game. And the Rams have nobody on offense right now that is going to be able to do anything for them. So I want to dabble with the under, but I think the lock that I'm going to go with is we're going to buy a half point down from the -3 and get it at 2.5. in favor of the Cardinals. So Cardinals -2.5.
That's great. Second pick is a team I've rode with the last 2 weeks. I think I have to do it again. The Falcons are +7 at the Bucks. The Bucks have no reason to play anyone. The NFC South is pretty much locked up. I could imagine a situation, or the Saints have locked up the NFC South, and the Bucks are pretty much locked into their seeding, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think the Bucks really have much to play for. I can imagine a situation where Brady plays the first half, they bench for the second half. I know the Falcons are notoriously a terrible second half team, but without Brady, I think they can make a little run in the second half and backdoor cover. So I still like the Bucks to win, but Falcons +7.
Okay. Yeah, I like that pick. I'm going to go. I don't have any business taking a line this large, but it is what it is because of the matchup. We have Indianapolis Colts at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, the future home of Trevor Lawrence. I think that the line opens here at 12.5 and moves up to 13.5 some places, 14 in some places. You're going to buy it. If you get it at 14, you're going to buy it down to 13.5. I don't think there's any reason why the Colts shouldn't be able to win this game by 2 touchdowns or more. And if they don't, I want my money back with a check written from Philip Rivers himself or one of his 13 kids.
To charity.
To charity. It's not for me. I won't do it. I won't take that check for me. I will deposit right back into charity. The whole thing. No 20% there. The whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts -13.5. That's a ridiculous line. That's a ridiculous amount of points for a mortal lock line, but I love it. So Colts -13.5.
Funnily enough, I kind of have the same thing with my other lock is Ravens -13. They are at the Bengals. The Ravens right now are an absolute wagon.
They're playing.
And I know I brought this up earlier. I don't remember if it was while we were recording or while we were talking offline, but I have a sneaky future that I'd like to put in. And I think it's going to be on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. Right now on my book, they're 11-1. I know Lamar Jackson not great in the playoffs, but you win one game there, you can hedge out, I think, maybe. But the Ravens are good. They're good, all right?
They're flying under the radar right now, which is why I like your future bet because Lamar Jackson has been bad in the playoffs, but that's because they go in so hot, like with so much expectations riding on this young QB to play this system that's a little bit not commonly seen in the playoffs. So yeah, I think that this is the perfect setting for them. I agree with you.
I agree. And they've covered in their last 5 games. So I mean, one of them was thanks to a weird safety at the Browns, but they would have pushed anyway. They've covered in their last 5. So why not take them cover 6 straight? Who says no? Not me. Ravens -13. Take it.
Yeah. I like that pick too. Okay. I'm currently looking for my third and final. So if you want to say your fourth, go for it.
Yeah, I can do that. My fourth, this is actually a game we discussed. I added it to my card. I was going to stick with those 3, but I added it to my card as we discussed it. So I don't really need to dive deeper into it, but Washington football team money line, they just need to win. And any QB other than Dwayne Haskins is great for them. So I think they win this game.
Yeah, I do want to take that, but I can't based on my rule book. I'm not allowed. So unfortunately, I will not be able to provide any kind of charitable profits from that pick. But it is what it is. I think what I'm going to do, and this kind of stinks for the way that our records are shaping out, but we still will be doing playoff shows. So there will be time to get it back. But I think I'm going to take 4 picks as well. So currently I have Arizona -2.5, Indianapolis -13.5.
You didn't even have a third 2 minutes ago, and now you have 4 picks.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm going to do it is because I really liked 2 of your picks. I think I'm going to tail 2 of those. So I'm going to tail the Ravens -13.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tail the Falcons +7.
I love it.
Add both of those to my card. This is going to be either a really great week for charity from us or a really bad week for charity from us.
But it won't be a bad week for charity because it's not like we're taking money. It would just be a bad week for us or a great week for charity.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Atlanta. Okay. All right. Great. That's the last show of 2020. This has been fun. I mean, outside of all the crap that's been going on this year, this has been a fun way to get through the weeks, get through the months.
Yeah, I agree. Big thanks to you and Cam. This has been awesome, really fun. I've enjoyed doing every single one of them, and can't wait for the playoffs to come around.
Yeah, and hopefully, I'm sure that we've gone well over our 45-minute goal today, talking about various playoff scenarios. But thank you, the listeners, for dealing with us, even in our long shows and our unedited shows like this one. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you, Sam. And we'll see you guys.
As well.
We'll see you guys next year.
Should we do the thing where, since we won't have it edited, we recap all our locks just so we can skip to the end and bet them on Sunday?
No, I just said we'll see you next year. Yeah, end it there.
Say it again.
All right, I got.
No, I'll see you next year. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm gonna say
no. I'm gonna say my card too.
Yeah. Okay.
Arizona -2.5. Indianapolis -13.5. Baltimore -13. Atlanta +7. All of these games, by the way, the first picks of 2021.
Wow. Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Chargers -3, Falcons +7, Washington football team money line, and Ravens -13.
Beautiful. Hey, we'll see you next year.